Hi guys, welcome to your 19th day. Amazing job making it till far. So today we're going to mix the two classes from your previous sequence, from week 1 and one from week 2. And then we're going to finish off with strong leg work. So we're going to wrap it all at the end and you're going to come back to me. So let's start. Enjoy. Just bring yourself to a comfortable position. You want to start with a little gap under your lower back. That's your neutral spine. Hands are long alongside the body. Roll the shoulders, open the chest. Your feet are flat on the mat, hip distance apart. We're just going to start by tilting the pelvis in and out. Work with the breath. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, tuck the tail. Press your lower back into the mat. With the inhale, find your neutral spine again. Take a few more here. Try to really synchronize it with the breath. Exhale, tuck the tail, press the lower back. Inhale, release. We're starting already to mobilize the lower back and engage the lower tummy, our lower abdominal muscles. If it feels good in your lower back, you can make your arch a little bit bigger on the way out. At least 4 to 6 here. And on your next exhale, keep pressing the lower back into the mat. Start lifting up vertebra by vertebra. Reminding you, this is our spine articulation series. So you want to move bone by bone. Come all the way up, take an inhale. And on the exhale, melt down from the chest bone, upper back, mid back, lower back. Release back to neutral. 5 more here. Tucking the tail, exhale all the way up. Make sure both front hip bones are nice and still, the same level. Deep inhale. And in the exhale, you melt down, nice and slow. The main purpose is to get your spine to move. So take it really slow. Don't rush it there. It's a lot of work for the back muscles of the body. So we work the glutes. And you should start feeling the back of the thigh. Your hamstrings are switching on. Beautiful way to get the spine to move first thing on the morning or even during the day. You'll be surprised how much you get your spine a lot more smooth than before. We're going to take 2 more. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Nice and slow. Keep your knees shooting energy forward. Keep your feet hip distance apart. Press away from the mat. We're going to stay up there for the next one. Yeah, press the palms, press the feet. Squeeze your bum a little bit more. Tuck the tail a little bit more. The ribs are inside the body. Put a little bit more weight onto your left leg. Float the right leg up. Now this might be very challenging for some of you and you might stay here. If you want to challenge a little bit more, lengthen the leg up. You can stay here static or start lowering the leg to hip height. Then lift it back up. Yeah, breathe as you feel. Just keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Yeah, whatever breathing pattern works for you. I want you to keep your left hip very, very still. And just a little variation here. Make sure the pelvis didn't collapse. 1 more. Bend the leg, place it down, changing legs. Now you probably felt that left bum cheek working. You're going to do the same to the right. Float the leg into a tabletop position. Reach the leg long. Now you might stay here or start lowering and lifting. A lot more challenge. You really have to work with your right bum cheek. The supporting leg, the right, is doing a lot of work here. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. You might find some shaking here. You want to keep the body as still as possible. Keep going. Just 1 more. Bend the leg, place it down. Take a deep inhale. We're going to finish with little pulses. Think about opening the front of the hip up to the ceiling. Use your palms and use your feet. Make sure you're not grabbing the mat. You want to press away from the mat. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, melt down. Give your lower back that massage. Hug your knees to chest. And rock a little bit from side to side. Good. Beautiful. You already want to feel a bit more mobile on the lower back. From here, we're just gonna lift up into a seated position. Good. Keep your feet hip distance apart. Knees are tracking between the second and the third toe. Reach your hands forward, shoulder level. We're gonna go into our roll back. So the most important thing on the roll back is to really make sure you're tucking the tail and you're articulating the lower back. You want it to round as much as you can. Stay in that low range. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, pull the belly button in, round forward. We're gonna stay round here. Yeah, like someone gave you a punch in the stomach, you're gonna round back. Take an inhale in that sticky part when you're shaking. And then exhale, round forward. Again, working on that spine articulation from our lumbar spine, the lower back. Inhale. If you feel strong today and you want to practice a little bit more, tucking the tail and working those abdominals, then lower yourself a few centimeters lower. Yeah, optional. Just an option to make it a little bit more challenging. You're very welcome to stay in that low range. It's very challenging as it is. We're going to take 2 more. Stay there on your next one. And stay in a place that you can hold. Pull the belly button towards the spine a little bit more. Enjoy the shaking. Open the right hand, look to the right. Bring it back to center. So we're adding rotation from the spine. It's a lot of work here. We have spine flexion and we're adding the rotation. Make sure you're not collapsing down. Stay in the exact same position. Just 1 more. Breathe. We're going to roll all the way down. Hands are over the head. Lengthen the legs. Give yourself a nice stretch. So we're working on our spine articulation, but as you can feel, it's working perfectly synchronizing with our lower abdominals. So we get a lot of core control exercise here. We're going to take it an extra step more challenging. Yep. Bring your feet together, hips together, anchor your ankles down. Deep inhale. Start lengthening the hands forward. Tuck the chin to chest. Lift all the way up. This is our roll-ups. Inhale, stretch up and over. And with the exhale, we're lowering ourselves all the way down. Try to keep your feet on the mat. It's a challenge here. If you can get it smooth first thing in the beginning, yeah, you just stay here. You do halfways. Going all the way down is quite challenging. Let's take 3 more. Now the trick here is to really squeeze your inner thighs together. Yes, squeeze the ankles together. They give you a bit more strength. Super important here is to keep breathing. So the recommended breathing pattern is an exhale all the way up. Try to vocalize the breath and maybe even whistle on the way up and down. Yeah, take all the air out. It really helps. We're gonna stay up there for the next one. Long spine. Keep it super long. You want to find your sitting bones. You can take the flesh back. Sit nice and tall. Chest is above the pelvis. Head is above the chest. You're going to open the hands into a wide T position. Squeeze your legs even more together. Toes are up to the ceiling. With the exhale, rotate. Keep the chest open. Deeper spine rotation here. Inhale back to center. Trying to get rid of the stiffness we hold in our spine. And we do know that the spine is the key to keeping our life nice and energized, keeping our body young. In the words of Joseph Pilates, you are as young as your spine. So we want to keep it elastic and strong. Exhale, get all the air out. Get long all the way up to the crown of the head. The longer you are, the more you'll be able to rotate. So find the length from the spine. We're going to go to our last one. Stay rotated. Reach a little bit more. Open the hands a little bit more. Squeeze that spine just a centimeter more. Then come back to center. Other side, rotate. Go to your maximum point. And a little bit more. Come back to center. Give your hands a bit of a roll. Roll the shoulders, release. All right, Beautiful. Open your feet a little bit. Keep the feet flexed if you can. So toes are up to the ceiling. We're still sitting nice and tall. Hands are reaching forward. Good. We're going to go into our spine stretch. Deep inhale, and with the exhale, this time you're rounding forward. Zip the tummy in, round the spine. Your shoulders are above your hips. Now with the inhale, lengthen the spine. Find the length all the way from the lower back to the tip of your finger. Reach. And then with the exhale, round back. Drive yourself back to the start point and lengthen the spine. Let's take 5 more here. Exhale, we round forward. Inhale, reach. Round back. And sit tall. Try to find your flow here. We're thinking about it as a wave. Flexing the spine. Lengthening the spine. Reach all the way from under your armpit. Round back. And sit tall. Keep going. Work with the breath. If it's too much for your hamstrings, if it's too much of a deep stretch, just bend the knees a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, we're thinking about the spine here more than anything else. So you're very welcome to bend the knees, keep them a little bit soft. They won't be cheating. That's fine. You still get all the benefits. Just notice how your spine feels softer and softer. Let's go to our last one. And back in start point, sitting taller than before. We created some space between our vertebrae. We're going to go into our roll over. Yeah, this one might be a little bit tricky. We're going to go slow into it. Yeah, so just bring yourself to lie down on the mat. We're going to lift both legs up to the ceiling. Let's just practice lifting the hip, lifting the pelvis up above the mat. Good. On our next one, we're going to send the legs all the way up and over. Lift the pelvis up to the sky. Try to lengthen it as much as you can. Make sure the hips don't sink into the pelvis. Lift it up. We're going to bring the legs over the head. Yeah, press firmly with the hands. Let them help you like a little anchor. And then we're going to open the legs, lower ourselves down, giving our back a massage. Little circles, close the legs, and with the inhale, reaching up. Take the legs back, open, and start lowering the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Two more here. If it's too much on the back, just bend your legs. Yeah, an option to bend the knees. Cross the legs, same thing. Quite challenging. Last one. Excellent. Hug your knees to chest. Take a little rest. Rock from side to side. And come over. Good. Stretch the left leg long on the mat. Bring the right knee towards the chest and just take a cross body stretch. We're going to take the right knee across the body, open the right hand. Try to feel that stretch all the way from the bum cheek, from the glute to the back of the thigh, opening the right side of the body. And on your next inhale, change side. Lengthen the right, bring the left knee in and take it across. Keep the chest open. Think about placing both shoulder blades down on the mat. And on your next inhale, come back to center. We're going to bring our hands a little bit wider than the mat, maybe even a T position if you have room, just so you have a good support there. Bring one leg up, then the other leg up. Yeah, find your neutral spine. So make sure you're not tucking the tail. You want to keep the knees directly above the hip. You're going to reach one leg long, then stretch it back in. Yeah, starting with single leg stretch. Trying to really work with the breath. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to pull back in. Excellent. Make sure the tummy is not popping out. Each time you bring the leg long, you zip the tummy even more. Yeah, lengthen, zip the tummy, reach the legs back to center. We want to keep the legs really active. We're trying to make them heavy as much as you can. Lengthen, stretch back in. Good, we can add a bit of a tempo. Yeah, take it a little bit faster. Make sure you have this lateral stability so you're not shaking with your hips from side to side. Reach and bend. Good, taking it a little bit faster, moving both legs together. Excellent. 5 more seconds. Make those legs really heavy. The lower you go, the more work. Good. If you feel your lower back, take the legs a little bit higher. We're going to connect both legs together. Okay. Bend and stretch. Double leg stretch. Try to keep the hips together, the ankles, the knees. So both legs as one unit. Stretch and bend. 5, 4, keep zipping the tummy in. 2, last one, reach both legs long. You're going to lower the left leg down. Yeah, flex your right foot and lower it down a little. Point your toes, lift the leg back up. Flex and lower, point and lift. Good. The left leg is not just resting on the mat, it's really pressing down. Yeah, you want to make sure you keep the other leg active as well. Good, and keep a range of movement that you can really keep the lower abdominals active. So make sure they're not bulging out. Don't go too far here. It's not about flaring the legs and really big wide movements. In Pilates, it's always small, accurate movement. You want to work those small local muscles. My leg feels really heavy by now. I'm going to lower it all the way down, change over to the left leg. So press the right leg down, float the left leg up, flex and lower, point and lift. Good, make the leg really, really long, like you're pulling your hip bone out of the joint. Good, you're staying in a very small range here, not aiming to bring the leg all the way down. Flex and lower, point and lift. And 1, lower the leg all the way down. Good, we're going to bring one leg up, then the other leg up. Make sure your tailbone is still on the mat, so you're not lifting the tailbone off the mat. Both legs together. Yeah, really squeeze the inner thighs. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Double leg lower and lift, a lot heavier. Yeah, the more you need your tummy to engage. So we're working the bottom part of the body, glutes, legs, but the tummy is always on. Yeah, we always work with the core. This is a key principle in Pilates. Activate your lower abdominals. Don't go too low that your tummy switches off. If you feel your lower back, you definitely went too low. Yeah, keep it really small. It might be a few centimeters up and down. Excellent. Hug knees to chest, take a little rest here. Yeah, a few rolls of the hips. Excellent. We're going to stretch both legs long again. This time we're going to bring them to external rotation. Yeah, so heels together, toes apart. Yeah, make sure you have this Pilates V. Yeah, this heels together, toes apart. Excellent. All right, lower a little bit, lift a little bit. Lower and lift. Just keeping that external rotation is quite challenging. Yeah, making sure we have this spine wrapping from the inner thighs out is quite challenging. You don't have to take the leg too low and too high. It can be very small. I'm already shaking here, guys. It's quite challenging. Beautiful. Keep the legs where it is. We're going to open one leg to the side, bring it back to center. 5 more to each side. Yeah, we're working asymmetric here. A lot of coordination. Two more. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Last one. Beautiful. Hug the knees in. We're going to go into our corkscrew. Yep. Both legs are up. Good. We're going to send both legs a little bit to one side. Lower them down. Semicircle all the way back to center. Circling to the right. 3, and 2 and 1. Take a little rest, hug knees to chest. Okay, make sure you get that rest from the lower back. If you don't feel it too much, yeah, get that little massage. And then send both legs up. Twist a little bit to the left, lower down, corkscrewing to the left. Try to keep the circle smooth. Try to keep both legs together. 3. Zip the tummy in. And 1. Hug both knees in. Beautiful. Hold behind your thighs. Rock all the way into seated position. All right, leg work is already on. We're gonna go into our all 4 position, onto your hands and knees. Just make sure you have your palms just under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Excellent, good. Lift the left leg up. Keep the foot flexed, take little pulses here. So we're starting to switch on our glute, left bum cheek. When you're thinking about bringing the leg up, a lot more than bringing it down. Yeah, we barely bring the hip down. You just take little squeezes, like you're trying to make a mark on the ceiling with your foot. Little squeezes. We always check the alignment of the body. Yeah, so make sure you're not collapsing to the shoulders. Upper body strong, supporting the movement. Good. Keep squeezing. Starting to feel the burn in our left bum cheek. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the leg and then bend. Yeah, the hip doesn't move. Imagine like the hip is just resting on a shelf. You bend and extend. Keep zipping the tummy. Look to the edge of the mat. Make sure the head is not dropping down. You also don't want to break the neck. Keep the neck aligned with the rest of the spine. Keep the leg long. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. 5 more. Nice and smooth. It's super important here, guys, is to keep our lower back in neutral. So make sure you're not bending the lower back. We work with the back of the thigh and our glute. Right bum cheek should be on fire. Bend the knee, keep it up there. We open to the side, then bring knee to knee. Open again. Yeah, both knee kiss, and then open to the side. Again, asymmetric work requires us to be even more focused. So make sure you're not leaning over and bending to the right side of the body. Yeah, we're working with the left. Keep your right hip in center. Open and close. Left bum cheek on fire. This is quite challenging. 2 more. Now we're going to go into our circles. Circling. Knee touch. Bring the legs sideways and up. Strong to the upper part of the body. Yeah, upper back is strong. Let's reverse it. Reverse your circle. Open and close the knees. Back, open and close the knees. Keep your neutral spine. We're here for 4 more. Last one. Good. Take a little rest position, a very well earned one. Yeah, that was quite challenging sequence. Sit your bottom down on your heels. Take a deep inhale. And a long cleansing exhale. 1 more like this. Great, beautiful. Moving over to the other side. We're coming onto all 4s, other leg. Yeah, we're gonna lift the right leg up. Take little squeezes. So the upper part of the body doesn't change. Yeah, lock it in space. We're only squeezing that right bum cheek. Working our hip extensors, the back of the thigh, and the glute. The tummy is pulling in and towards the spine. Think only up and up. Squeeze and lift. Up and up. Beautiful. If you feel the burn, usually what happens in the body, the second side switches on faster. The body is smart and it knows already that we're working. Yeah, so it's easier to switch on those muscles. Just keep breathing to it. Give the muscle oxygen. Don't hold your breath. It's not going to make it easier. Excellent work. 3, 2, on 1, stretch the leg long, reach it as far as you can, bend it back in. Stretch and bend. Good. Beautiful. Make your legs super long. Almost there. Going into our tap and lift. Tap down, lift up. And now the leg is a little bit heavier. There's more weight for our glute to carry. Make sure you really support the lower back by engaging the tummy. Keep zipping it in. Roll the shoulders back, wide, smiley, hollow bones. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the knee back in. Knee to knee. Open and close. Side openers. Open and close. Keep going. Keep breathing. Try to make those openers really smooth. 3, 2, going straight into our circles. Knee to knee. Open and take the leg back. Good. Now the supporting leg, your left leg, is also working really hard to stay in center. Make sure you're not slowly leaning onto your left hip. Squeeze your left bum cheek to the center as well. Let's reverse it. Back, side, and close. Back, side, and close. 4 more. Good. Sit into your rest position. Very well earned one, guys. This is quite challenging. Just take a breath. 1 more like this. Beautiful. Back onto our all fours position. We're still not done there. Have a little friend visiting me here. There's a cute little dog just in the background. Okay, beautiful. We're going into our diagonal work. So we reach the left leg long, reach the right hand forward. We're going to go into flexion. Sorry, we're going to go into slides. So we're going to open the right hand to the side, open the left leg to the side, slide them back to center. So we have a lot of stability work, coordination, and you should feel your glute really engaging here. 4 more here. This is it. Breathe. Here he is. Hello. And bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Yeah, we're going to change side. Hello, doggy. Hey, he wants to do Pilates as well. How are you? Hello. You're very cute. You're very cute. Okay. Back onto all fours. Good. Reaching the right leg long, reaching the left leg long. Sliding everything away from the body, slide it back to center. Away from the body, back to center. 4 more. Keep the leg up there. Last one. Good. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Come to a really low squat from here. Yep, so keeping that really low squat, bring your elbows just in between your inner thighs, open the chest. We're going to come up into a medium squat, lifting up a little bit, lowering down, staying in that low range, up and down. Good. You want to have the weight at the back, so see if you can lift your toes just for a little bit. Make sure the weight is on the heels. Quite challenging, not here for long. 3 and 2 and 1, and all the way down. Take a breath, find a comfortable position. Bring one leg up, other leg up. We're focusing on our legs. Good. Lengthen both legs, open the hands wider than the mat, point your legs, try to reach the ceiling. We're going to open as wide as we can, wide V position, and then mindfully, really with control, close the legs all the way up. We open, and then close as if you're moving the legs against something thick. I want you to imagine some resistance with the air. We open and close. You get that nice support from the lower abdominals. So as you close the leg, wrap the abdominals to the center. Good. Bring life into your legs. They're going to get heavier and heavier. If you want to add an extra layer of challenge, you're going to start opening the legs, lowering them down, then close them again. So we bring the legs closer towards the ground. A bit more abdominal work here. Open and close. 5, 4, keep squeezing inner thighs together as you bring the legs closer together. 2 and 1. Beautiful. Lower one leg down as much as you can. Be mindful of your lower back and then bring it back to start position. Lower other leg, bring it back up. We're trying to keep the other leg locked in space. Keep it in the exact same position. Beautiful. If you want to add challenge, just make it a little bit faster. Keep the legs really, really active. And we can start moving both legs together. Start making it smaller and into our scissors. Crossing the legs. Start with your legs up to the sky, 90 degrees. And if you want to add a bit of challenge, make the legs a little bit faster. And if you want to make it more challenging here, lower both legs towards the ground. Lift them back up. Yeah, so we keep scissoring. Traveling with the leg down, traveling with the legs up. Keep going. Good. We're here for 10 more seconds. This is it. And keep both legs up. Hug knees to chest. Beautiful. We're going to extend both legs. Lower them to 45 degrees. The angle between your wall and the ceiling. We're going to bring the heels together. Open and close. Open and close. Start taking it a little bit faster. Beat the heels together. 5 and 4, 3, 2 and 1. Bring bottom, heels to bottom, then stretch the legs again. Going into our frogs. We're going to do a little combo here. Bend and stretch, beating the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going back into our frogs. 3 and 2. Try to keep the knees really, really wide. Stretch the legs, beating the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last frogs. 3, 2, and 1. Finishing with heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug knees to chest. Beautiful. We're gonna bring both legs up again. Flex your foot. Lower both legs down. Stay in that low range. We're going to stay in a low range, little pulses. So we don't want to bring the legs high a lot. It's very small. Zip the tummy. It's a lot of core control. On the next one, bring the legs all the way back to the ceiling. We're going to stay in that high range. So again, don't let gravity do the work for you. We lower a little bit, lift a little bit. 3 and 2 and 1. Bend one leg, send it into your V position. Bend it again, slide it up. Bend, kick to the side, back up. Try to find the stability through the pelvis. You want to Keep that leg locked in space. Keep it in the same position. 2 more to each side. Last one. And hug knees to chest. Give yourself a little cuddle. Rock all the way up. And we're gonna move into our all fours position, onto our hands and knees. So, knees under your hips, palms under your shoulders, zip the tummy, long spine. We're gonna lift the right leg up, take little circles with the hip, so the leg stays up there. We're circling the hip bone in the joint. I want you to keep squeezing your left bum cheek to the center to make sure you're not kind of leaning to the left. We want to keep our weight in center. Little circles here. Good. Keep the leg up there and reverse. We want to make smooth, slow circles. Don't rush it. Especially as we bring the leg up, think about zipping the tummy even more. We don't want to bend into our lower back. Yeah, this is the priority. Keep your upper back strong, supporting our hip, rolling, creating some more mobility in the hip joint that will help with our flexibility. One more. Keep the leg up there. We're going to bring knee to knee, then open the knee to the side, hip openers, close it back to center. We're going to open, close it back to center. So we give the knees a kiss together, then open the hip to the right. Good. Make sure you're not leaning onto the left side of the body. Yeah, press the ground away. Stay strong and stable. Five more. Excellent. Good. We're going to change legs. If you need a rest in between, take it. We're moving over to the left side. Yeah, get your position right. Have your thumbs just under your underarms, knees under the hips. Float your left leg up. We're starting with our circles. So you can just imagine that hip bone moving in the joint. It's like a ball and a socket. It's rolling around. We want to keep that heavy bone, the pelvis, nice and stable. It's only that hip bone that is moving. It really helps if you squeeze the bum, work that left glute, and give the hip a support by engaging the rest of the body. So you press your palms, the tummy is engaged, upper back is nice and strong. We're isolating the movement. It's only the hip that is moving there. Keep breathing through it, especially when it burns. You want to give the muscle some oxygen. Don't hold your breath. Reverse it. Open the leg. Other direction. Make sure you do change and make sure you're not leaning on the right side of the body. Squeeze your right bum cheek to center. Try to connect both bum cheek in the sitting bones. Almost there, guys. We're going to move into our hip openers. On the next one, connect the knees together, then open the left hip to the side. Nice and slow. Don't rush it. We want to work with control. Excellent. There we go. 6 more. Last one. Good. Sit down for a micro rest. Just one breath. and bring yourself back onto all fours. Take a step back with your knees, shift your weight forward. Just a fun way to come down. We're gonna cross our leg over, just bend the elbows, slide all the way down into your mat. We're gonna keep our knees bent. Yeah, and try to keep your legs together. If it's gonna get too much for this one, just open them a little bit. That'll be a bit more achievable. All right, beautiful. We're gonna create a little pillow here for our cheek. Yeah, and we're gonna try lift both legs, both hips above the ground. Yeah, to a bit of a leg glute work. Yeah, so bring both legs together, squeeze them, lift both legs up, lower them down. Yeah, I hope you can see I am lifting the hip above the mat. Yeah, I squeeze the legs together, and even if it's a centimeter, half a centimeter above the mat, it's a lot of work. Yeah, only thinking about lifting that leg, those legs above the mat, is a lot of work. Yeah, so don't worry if you're very taking that movement very small. Yeah, just thinking about engaging the glutes and trying to lift is getting the work done. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend both legs, give them a shake. We're going to place both hands next to our chest, tuck your toes, lift all the way onto all fours. We're going to bring one leg over to our pigeon stretch. If you don't like the stretch, guys, reminding you that a good one to replace it with is just that figure 4. It does the exact same thing. So just choose whatever works for you. Just try to relax here, breathe. If you need a deeper one, just come down onto your forearms. And change side. Even if you remember a point that you were able to reach on the other class or just the other day, and you can't now, that's fine. Yeah, just notice what your body is able to do now and work with it. Every day we woke up a little bit different, and that's completely fine. You're also going to notice a bit of difference from each side. That's why we're usually not very asymmetric in both of our hips, flexibility and opening. That's also completely fine. Just try to relax into it and breathe. One more breath. And come all the way into a seated position. Lengthen both legs. Just give them a bit of a shake. And that was our 18th day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next class. Thank you.